All right, so check this out, y'all. Another episode of The Shuffle. You know what I'm saying? I'm your host, Chase B. And I am joined here today by my good friend, man. And obviously, you guys recognize this dude right here. We don't even got to do all the accolades and all that. You know, congratulations. This guy's a Hall of Famer. Like, not a lot has to be said about that. But Andre Johnson is here with us on The Shuffle, bro. Appreciate you joining us. What's going on?
Appreciate you for having me, man. What's good?
So what's this last couple of years been like? Just, you know, going from a football player to a professional football player to a Hall of Fame level football player. What is that like emotionally for you? You know what I'm saying?
Man, you know, as a kid, you know, you always have dreams of like playing in college, playing in the NFL. For me, my dream school was always to go to University of Miami.
Right.
So, you know, that ended up happening. When I got to Miami, my receiver coach, he was probably one of the best receiver coaches around.
I can imagine. Yeah.
He was just like, man, I'm trying to prepare you for the NFL. And, man, he pushed me like no one had ever had.
Yeah.
So he was on me about every little thing. He was very detailed about every little thing. And, man, I was able to make it happen and, you know, ended up coming here. And the transition for me was pretty smooth because he had prepared me like I was an NFL player.
Did you keep in close contact with him when you got to the league?
Yeah, so he's actually the head coach for the Houston Roughnecks.
Oh, really? Okay, word.
Yeah. So you know, I went out to a few games, you know, just to support him and things like that. He's like family to me. So yeah.
That's wild, bro. And then so you got to Houston and you obviously stayed here for a while. What was that like? Just going through all the trials and tribulations with those early Texans teams into becoming like that playoff teams that you developed into? What was just all – because you were here for what, like 11, 12 years?
I was here 12 years.
12 years, yeah.
Man, Chase, I can't lie, bro.
Yeah. I know that shit was rough.
Yeah, it was. I can't lie, bro. Like the first few years, like I should probably say like the first 4 years, it was rough.
Yeah.
Like it was,
I remember. I was a kid watching them joints like,
yeah, it was tough, bro. And but you know what? It never made me like. Every year made me want it even more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
it made me. It just every year I just came back and I just was like, we got to get it done. You know what I'm saying? So when we finally. You know, when we made the playoffs, I remember we clinched in Cincinnati. T.J. Yates was quarterback. We had a rookie quarterback because Sharp got hurt.
Yeah, for real.
Man, Chase, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was probably the biggest cheerleader because I was coming back from a hamstring injury, and Kubiak was just like, man, you know, we can get this done without you.
Yeah.
And man. When we won, bro, I was like a kid in the candy store, bro. I was jumping around, going crazy, man. I was super excited because it was like you had got that hump off your back. You know what I'm saying? So
finally. We
got back here, and, man, the parking lot was full. Like, fans was everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So we went out, you know, kind of celebrated with the fans a little bit. So it was cool, man. That was a dope
finally
time.
had the genuine support from the entire city and all that. So I want to talk to you because obviously even now, you know, you're from Miami, but you mean so much to the city of Houston, just even now, just whether it be philanthropic work, just, you know, charity work, just even, you know, building restaurants in the city, just showing love to the Astros, the Rockets, and the Texans. What was that time like? Because I feel like around like 2001 to like 2005, we had a whole lot of new energy when it came to Houston sports. Like we had just gotten Minute Maid Park, we had just gotten the Toyota Center. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, Energy Reliant was just now getting built. What was the climate like for you as a young athlete coming into a city where we just had all these like resurgences of energy when it came to sports?
Man, you know what? It's funny. The first thing, like the first piece of like real free time I had, bro, you wouldn't believe the first thing I did. I went and bought some season tickets to the Rockets.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
So you've been down.
Like that was like one of my things. Like I always was a big fan of basketball. So
did you hoop?
Yeah, I played in high school.
Yeah.
So when I got here, I was like, man, I want to just go get me some tickets, you know. Yeah. So I started going to the games and things of that nature. And like you said, it was just because that was the year I got here was the first year for the Toyota Center.
Right.
Literally. Yeah, so I was the second year of the team. So everything was just kind of new,
brand
you
new.
know. So And as time went along, man, like I kind of seen all of it grow and just come together. So right now, man, the city of Houston is just like it's like the place to be now.
It really
you know?
is. Yeah, I was gonna talk to you about. We're gonna talk about a little bit more of that a little later. But just keeping it sports now, I feel like the Texans and I feel like the Rockets kind of had that moment at the same time when we first got James.
Yes.
And the Texans finally found their like playoff
Right.
berths and all of that. So what was the differences between those early years, like the 2001s, 2003s, to like the 2010s, 2011s, when I feel like everybody was just on fire?
Man, it was definitely a different energy, and it was just a different feeling in the city. Like the city was rocking.
It was rocking.
You know, like I don't care if you went to a football game, like basketball game, like it'll be times like we'll literally be at practice, and dudes would be like, "Man, you going to the game tonight?"
Right,
Like we trying to go see the Rockets play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like so. You know, you trying to, you might have massages or something set up, or you know, things you have to do after practice, and we trying to get it done because we want to get to the game. You know, so it was definitely like a great time, man. I mean, it was some fun times, bro. Like I said, the city was on fire, and you know, it was some great experiences during that time.
So me at the time, I was actually at school in DC. I was at Howard, but I used to come down all the time and watch your games and watch Rockets games and all that. But as a professional athlete, I know how the streets is now in Houston. You know what I'm saying? We got the camps of the world. And, you know, all our clubs now. But what was like the nightlife like back then in 2011? I feel like that was like a whole nother golden era that
it was it was fun, bro. It was fun, man. Like I mean, wherever you went, it just seemed like it was just jumping. Like
7 days a week.
Yeah, so I mean, we had our nights we'd go bowling. You know, you had your what was the club downtown? I can't think of the name of it, but it was a club venue.
I heard about Venue.
Venue. Everybody used to go to the Venue and stuff back then. I mean, you had Belvedere. You know, when I first got here, M-Bar was like the.
I
mean, you go to M-Bar on Thursday, you'll see. Ain't no telling who you was gonna see in there. You know.
Yeah.
So I always tell this story. I remember I was in Miami. I was coming to. I don't know. I was sitting in the barbershop, bro. No lie. I was like, man, I'm gonna go back to Houston.
No, for real.
Yeah. So
is that when you decided that you were like really gonna post up here and kind of?
Yeah, it was kind of around that time. So, I leave the barbershop, shoot by the house, grab a bag, jump on the plane, and bro, the whole first class was all NFL players.
That's for real.
Yeah, so I'm like, where the hell y'all going? They was like, bro, we going to the M-Bar. You know what I'm saying?
Real?
Yes, bro.
It was like, that serious?
Yes, M-Bar was crazy. M-Bar was like that was the thing, man. Yeah.
That's wild. So, from what I understand, so you and J. Joe got a whole show called Goat Talk.
Yeah.
How's that been going? Yeah, I've seen you got a lot of guests. Chris Carter was on there.
Yeah.
Uncle Luke was on
there.
Yeah,
we just did Uncle Luke.
Oh, that's why. Yeah. Miami guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to ask you just first of all, how do you feel about just the whole multimedia space now? I know it's a lot of content getting pushed out, and what made you want to just be a part of that? And telling
man, you know what? To be honest, it was just an idea somebody came to me with because people don't never hear me talk. So you know, it gets to show them a difference. So J-Jo's the same way. You know, like unless you really know us, you're not gonna really talk to them. You know, so I think it's giving people and showing people just a different side. I think and
the stories are crazy. Man.
Yeah, I think just the whole space period. I think it's giving guys, you know, their own platforms to tell their own stories, and not have other people tell their story for them.
Control the narrative for sure.
Yeah, so I think it's definitely in a great space. I can't sit here and say I listen to everybody's because I think sometimes they can get a little carried away with some of the things they say. Yeah, but you know, it's I think it's a great thing though.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely need the platform. You know, I encourage everybody to get involved in the right light.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
in the right light. Yeah.
So speaking of GOAT Talk, we got some GOAT questions for you before we get up out of here. All right. So, what is the GOAT food spot in Houston?
GOAT food spot. GOAT food spot. I don't know, man. I got a few places I like to go. I would probably say, I think everybody go to Steak 48. So I'm gonna say Steak 48. I think
that's a common theme through this whole show has been Steak 48.
Yeah,
definitely a GOAT. Go Steakhouse for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so what do you think is the GOAT club in Houston? We kind of talked about it. You think it's M-Bar? You think that's the GOAT club of Houston?
Since I've been here,
yeah,
either that or it's on two. I go with that, and either that or Belvedere.
Oh, Belvedere?
Yeah,
I've been to Belvedere one time. I went to Belvedere one time. That was just wild. Who do you think is the GOAT wide receiver?
GOAT wide receiver all time, Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice. Who's the GOAT basketball player?
I always go back and forth on this, but I'm gonna say MJ, Mike.
MJ, today is MJ. Tomorrow might be different, but today is MJ for sure. Who's the GOAT rapper?
GOAT rapper, Tupac.
Tupac. GOAT singer.
Beyonce.
Mm-hmm. Good Houston answer right there. You know what I'm saying? Can't go wrong with that on this show. And last one, the GOAT TV show. What's your favorite TV show?
GOAT TV show. Well, it doesn't really. I mean, it's a rerun now, but Martin was mine.
That's my. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
It was
my favorite show.
Bro, I was just watching Martin.
Yeah, that's the only show on this iPad. Is the only show I have every single episode downloaded, bro. And I watch them shits over and over and over. Not for real. Dre, we appreciate you stopping by, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure I'll see you in the streets sometime this weekend. It's Labor Day weekend. I'm sure it's gonna be wild.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
But appreciate you stopping by, bro. Make sure y'all listen to GOAT Talk with Andre Johnson and Jonathan Joseph, man. This is The Shuffle. And yes, sir, man, Dre. Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir.